Welcome back to 11 News at 4. I'm joined now by Colorado Springs Mayor Yemi Mobolade, who's marking his first year of his 4-year term as mayor. First of all, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's an honor to have you here celebrating your first year. Let's start by taking a look back at this past year. You posted on social media earlier today a beautiful graphic kind of outlining the things that you've accomplished. Right. School zone safety, those listening tours, the neighborhood gatherings. What has been your biggest accomplishment so far in this past year?
Thank you, and thank you for having me. And it's you're catching me in a season of reflection and celebration as well. I concluded my June 6, 2023 inaugural address by saying, let's get to work. And we hit the ground running, and we haven't stopped. So as you've mentioned, we have accomplished a lot, excuse me, and there's still a lot that we still need to accomplish. But if you ask me what I'm most proud of, I would say it's how we engage residents. I am a public servant. I work for the people of Colorado Springs. I believe democracy is best served when their voice and their input is at the decision table. And so I'm really proud of how my team and I have really engaged the public. For example, the first 100 days, we engaged over 1,000 residents in the decision-making process, and that helped inform my 2024 action plan.
Now, I'm sure this past year has come with some challenges as well. How have you overcome those, and what are those challenges that you've seen?
Absolutely. I mean, if I wasn't having challenges, then I'm not in the right job. I often say being a mayor is the hardest job I've ever done. It's also the most rewarding job I've ever had. And so what remains challenging to me is sometimes the political nature of this job. Let me let you in a little secret. I actually still hate politics. I hated politics before I was a candidate. I hated it while I was a candidate, and I still hate it as mayor. What I signed up for is pragmatic government, non-political decision making that is in the best interest of our residents. And so one example for me was I won't forget back in February of this year when the migrant news and crisis became highly political, and I wanted to cut through the noise and make a decision that was best in the best interest of our residents. And I'm proud of the way my team and I responded to that political challenges. So that's still those type of the political nature of the job is challenging, but I am definitely up to the task.
When we talked to you when you marked your 100 days, you had three kind of priorities that you wanted to deal with: homelessness, affordable housing, and public safety. Right. Where are you at with all of those?
Yeah, and those still remain priorities. And how we got to those priorities were when I was a mayoral candidate. Those were some of the top needs I heard. And then when I started to engage residents in all districts in the city, those also are the top needs. So speaking of public safety, I'm really proud. I mean, I could spend all day talking about public safety, but I'll tell you that we're on track to get to authorized strength the full authorized strength of officers that we need to to better our response time. When it comes to housing affordability, I appointed a chief housing officer. The first time we've ever done that in our city's history, to ensure that we are moving the needle. And I was a strong advocate for construction defect reform to help unlock the supply of housing. And we can probably talk more about that. But with homelessness, as the weather is now warmer, people are seeing more homeless residents. So I am getting a lot of inquiries. In fact, I did a telephone town hall yesterday, and homelessness was actually the #1 public safety concern. And so we're responding to homelessness through partnerships with our homeless providers, cleanups and enforcement, as well as behavioral health street outreach.
So I'll tell you, when we knew you were coming, I asked the newsroom, do you have any questions for the mayor? And there were 3 people who wanted you to talk about homelessness and what you guys are doing. We've seen, like that video you just saw, it showed some of the hot teams going in and cleaning out. Why is it so important to have those public spaces, the parks, just the streets clean for our community members?
Right. It's public health related, and it's also public safety related. I'm a parent of young kids, and if my wife were here, she would tell you that there are some places that she's concerned about that she wouldn't take the kids because of whether or not it's unsafe. It's also just the impression of unsafe, especially when dealing with some of our most vulnerable homeless residents, because those are the hardest ones to help because they're dealing with whether it's substance abuse, behavioral health issues, but we're also up to the task and the challenge. And so my team often hears me talk about our response is going to be downstream. So when you talk about the homeless outreach team out of the police department, that is a downstream solution. We need to enforce the laws where people's lives are at risk, but also we need to go upstream and begin to deal with it from an upstream solution. And it's why my wife and I are big on mental health and ensuring that we are providing opportunities for our residents so that homelessness is not even an option to begin with. So when mental health, economic opportunities, and some of those solutions.
We're going to talk more about economic opportunities for a lot of people as a small business owner yourself.
Right.
We're going to talk about that coming up after the break. We've got more with Mayor Yemi Mobolade as he celebrates his first year in office.